Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Dada, if I may ask something about Chingari. First, tell me about the name. How did you come up with the name Chingari?
Yeah, I mean, so the team was brainstorming for a very funky name which could go viral and trending, and then this name popped up. One of the team members suggested, let's call it Chingari, and because we wanted an Indianized name, an Indian name for the app, and because we were building it for Bharat, the idea was to build the app for Bharat, and the name Chingari, resonates with, like, every Indian has a Chingari in him, right? So
Yeah.
you just have to give the opportunity, and people can show what they have. So this name resonated with the vision, and then we thought that, okay, let's keep.
It's a teamwork that the Chingari name came up. So you came into existence, I believe, the Chingari app in 2018, if I'm not wrong. So when was the moment of epiphany when you thought that something like Chingari might work in India? Was it the growth of TikTok in India, or we were kind of thinking of similar models, because these apps are pretty successful abroad? So when was that moment of epiphany when you thought, no, we have to build something like Chingari?
We were building Chingari way before TikTok came in India. We were building it from the mid of 2018. At that time, there was another app called as Musical.ly, which was really really getting traction. So we were kind of inspired by Musical.ly's success in the US, and we thought that, okay, this is something that can also work in India. And Musical.ly was not really like a big app at that time, but it was getting popular in. So that gave us the idea. Okay, let's build the Indianized version, and then scale it up. But by the time we built the app, and we started marketing. Musical.ly obviously being funded and all, they scaled faster. And ByteDance acquired Musical.ly, and then merged them into TikTok, and then TikTok came to India, pumped in $500 million. They were burning like $15 million every month. So obviously a good startup at that stage, we couldn't compete with them. In fact, some of the heavily funded startups in India who had raised hundreds of millions of Chinese capital, they were also not able to compete with the might of TikTok. So but we didn't give up. We kept on building the product. We kept on adding features. So we added games, news, to give the user a complete experience. And over time, we figured out, okay, we'll find something, we'll build. So it could be an innovative marketing, or it could be an innovative feature that we'll build, which will get us users. So end of the day, it was this innovative, it was this growth hack that we did on top of the anti-China sentiment that happened during. So there was one viral video by Sonam Wangchuk, which went viral on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was the calling point for us that, hey, this is our opportunity. We should really bank on this, and tell India and Bharat that there is an Indian alternative to TikTok. And people started flocking to the app. There was the first 3 days we had 5 lakh downloads. Within 6 days we had 25 lakh downloads, and then media started writing about it. Anand Mahindra tweeted about Chingari, and then obviously the ban happened. Now we are at 26.
Do you see the ban as a blessing in disguise when it comes to the growth of openly as possible?
We were so the ban was not in the business plan. The plan was to.
So that's why it's a blessing in disguise.
Yes, the ban was to grow in parallel with TikTok, and carve our own journey, carve our own way, carve our own story, and then give users a product experience, a ecosystem to show their skill and talent, and coexist with TikTok. But obviously the ban came as a surprise, and shot us to a very different
and an opportunity.
Yes. So now we have a good window to quickly acquire users and give them experience about the platform,
How do you see Chingari differentiating itself and still being a market player when compared to other networks who might have more might and marketing strength to push the entire narrative around short-form video content?
What's your game plan to stay ahead in the game? Because clearly you have more downloads, a lot of people talking about you, but how do you stay ahead in the race?
So I think in this particular game, acquiring users in a capital efficient manner, building the influencer ecosystem and building an amazing product. So all the video players who have just come in, they have quickly hacked something in past 4 weeks. They had no vision, no idea. They had no real vision about what and how a video business works, or how a short video business has to be scaled and executed. It's just that they saw an opportunity and just jumped into it without any long-term plan and vision and execution strategy.
Agree.
So the differentiation that we have here is we have before the ban also we had a very unique strategy of coexisting with TikTok and growing our user base. Even so, at the end of the day, there won't be these 15 players. There would be one large player and maybe a very distant player. And Chingari would be one of the players in the space. So it's not just about heavily funded and acquiring users, because if you see the way we have grown, we haven't spent a single penny in user acquisition. Our entire growth has been organic. The reason we have grown organically is people have downloaded and shared it with their friends that they download Chingari, and so that's how we have grown so far. And we are constantly evolving the product, adding features. We are listening to the feedback of users, whatever issues they are facing. We are with the product. We are very closely working with our users, our community. And at the end of the day, I think that is the differentiation that will set us apart in this journey.
What are you doing to ensure that data is secure with your audience that matters?
Sure. So along with data security, it's also data privacy and data sovereignty. So Chingari is very focused on all the to ensure these three things are up to the standard. So we are storing our data locally on AWS servers in Bombay, ensuring that data all your data is stored in Indian land borders, within the Indian land borders. All your user data that we are collecting is encrypted and before storing they are encrypted and being stored. So the data is 100% private and secure. There is no threat to any user data that we store, and any abuse is not possible. Even our employees, people who have access to the database, cannot see what's stored inside as per the user's privacy. So we are very particular about it, that we need to ensure that all our user data is safe and secure and private, and their privacy is not is not abused in any way.
Wonderful. So that way you're covered when it comes to the user data security part, which is much talked about on social media networks. How do you see the monetization opportunities in an app like yours? How do you think people can make money out of it? Can you give us a little idea
Sure.
on that?
Yeah. So we have been working with brands where brands will come and do hashtag challenges on Chingari, and then all the influencers, all the creators who are creating content on Chingari, we share revenues with them. So we give them 30% of the money that we take from brands. So this is like a economic model of the product right now. We are not looking to really put ads in the product and disrupt the user experience a lot. So right now we are doing very subtle monetization, and the only monetization we have planned so far is through these hashtag challenges or brand challenges.
Wonderful. So what is the biggest challenge you see at this point of time when it comes to living the vision that Chingari has, the larger goal? What is one sentence maybe on the opportunity, and also what is the biggest challenge when it comes to living your dream?
Sure. So there is a short opportunity and there is a long. So there is a short-term opportunity and then there is a long-term opportunity in this space. So the short opportunity is by till the time TikTok is out, we have an opportunity to grab as many eyeballs, get into as many phones as possible, and give the users the first experience of the product. That's the short window of 3 to 6 months. And then there is a long-term opportunity where we need to build our own story, where we need to build our own differentiation. I mean, TikTok showed us the way that people love being entertained by short videos, but the world doesn't end in that. The story of Chingari or the product of Chingari doesn't end in that. We want to be a lot more than just being a short video app. We want Bharat to get up and start its day on Chingari, and when Bharat goes to sleep, they go to sleep on Chingari. So not just entertainment, it will be news, games, live streaming, chat, a lot of other features that we are working on. It will be yeah. So that's I mean, it will be everything that a Bharat user wants to do digitally, and
the challenge doing that.
So a lot of challenges.
Is it bandwidth? Is it market, open market? What is the challenge? Yeah.
So far, no company has built a large video product out of India. So finding talent, finding talent for building this platform. I mean, imagine serving 1 billion videos per hour. That kind of infrastructure, the kind of streaming technologies. I mean, though it has never been done in India. I mean, all these companies, YouTube and all, they have been built in the valley. So building the engineering team, building the amazing engineering team, that's gonna be a challenge. That's gonna be something that we have to do. Get engineers and do that. Other than that,
so you are saying at this point of time, your entire workforce is out of India. You have no external or abroad intelligence or support or consultant helping in growing Chingari?
No, we are hiring people from outside India. But so far we have built it entirely in house. But now we are hiring people outside India, and because the kind of tech talent that you need is not really available here in India. I mean, nobody has built this prior. I mean, all these people are trying. No company like TikTok has been built in India. I mean, TikTok's engineering was outside of India. I mean, it was in China, and some of the engineers were in the valley. But so yeah, I mean, I think scaling the engineering, scaling the dev team will be challenging and exciting. Hiring some rockstar engineers, that would be the most challenging task. Yes.
Tell us a bit about, the lockdown has been unprecedented. It has impacted everyone in this ecosystem and world. Tell us a bit about your lockdown experience in your personal and professional life, and what do you think has been different when it comes to functioning an organization vis-a-vis a challenge like lockdown? Because you're inspiration to many. A lot of people are running the business. Your experience will help them run it better.
Sure. So I mean, we are a 100% digital company. The entire team is working from homes. I mean, we are on Google Meet all day. There is a separate Google Meet window open all day, and people come and join and leave, and so all day. It is like a conference room of the company. So every day it's open and people come. So that's how we are running the operations. That's how we are doing the dev team, managing the devs and all. So I mean, COVID has slowed down us in a way that the paperwork and all, I mean, that took time. While raising funds, in the company formation, all those paperwork and stuff, that took time. But for the day-to-day functioning of the company, I don't think COVID affected us. I mean, we have been more productive since everybody's at home. You don't have to travel. You just get up and start working. So there is less disturbance. I think it's been exciting that during COVID times, we were building this company. We are building this company, scaling it up, raising funds, and all is happening during the pandemic. So it's kind of exciting for us.
Wonderful. So, as an entrepreneur, what would you say if someone is running a business or wants to create something like what you have created? What are the 3 essential qualities or thought ability you think an entrepreneur should have? As an entrepreneur, what do you want to say people who want to create something like a Chingari or something else? 3 things an entrepreneur needs to become successful.
I think grit, determination, and vision. So you need to have a vision about the product. You just can't jump into an opportunity and create a copycat and think that you will win. People will come and try to crush you, but you still need to have the grit and determination to continue. And only if you are doing that, there will be a time when you will succeed. So I think these 3 things, grit, determination, and vision about your product, these are the 3 things that you need to succeed in entrepreneurship.
Wonderful. So when Mr. Ghosh is not busy working and building company, how does he unwind in terms of becoming a better professional himself?
Listen to podcasts. Listen to some watch some YouTube videos of founders.
What kind of podcasts? What kind of YouTube videos?
So I love watching Naval's podcasts, Naval Ravikant's podcast. So and then yesterday there was this chat with Brian and Kunal. So I love watching videos of product people, like people who have built amazing products and what they think about life, what they think about products, what they think about people, what they think about psychology, and how human psychology and how humans interact. Just understanding human nature.
Thank you, Dada. Have a great day, sir. Thank you.